Good morning. Today we're going to talk about the Tiki Hut Pool and Spa LLC management team and personnel plan. A little bit about the company. The Tiki Hut Pool and Spa LLC is dedicated to providing high quality products, maintenance, and superior customer service. Over the last few months, I've researched and asked different people about having and owning a pool and spa service business, and I've found a lot of support for the idea. As I've stated earlier, this would be an existing business that I would purchase. At this time, I'm not sure if the original owner will be staying to provide additional support or not. I'm considering keeping him on since people are looking for experienced people that have been in the business for over 5 to 10 years. Although I do have knowledge about how to treat and clean pools, I have a little over a year experience that I've been working on my own pool. I am a certified pool operator with a BSBA in entrepreneurship. The man that helped me get my pool back into operation is older and looking to get out of the pool business, so he may not provide support once I purchase the business. I am hoping to keep the business he started alive by continuing to sell retail and provide services to the customers that relied on him. At this time, this is a hypothetical business venture. The equity for the Tiki Hut Pool and Spa, we're doing the initial equity pie is $5 million paid in capital, 10 million authorized shares, of which 5 million shares have been issued at the price of $1 per share. The Tiki Hut wants to have a happy, collaborative, creative, and forward-thinking culture. That is why we want to provide shares for employees. This will give them a sense of ownership in this company. The Tiki Hut Pool and Spa wants employees that enjoy and love what they do, and using shares that they can sell back to the company if they choose to leave will be available to them. We have over 20 employees, and we will have shares available for employees to purchase or can be used as incentives as they continue to work with the company. The board of advisors will be made up of the founder, 2 investors, 8 program managers, and 2 community members. The community members will be paid with a stipend for their time when called to meet. When the decisions need to be made, the members of the boards, minus the founders, will vote. The founder will only vote when there is a tie. The percentages on the graph mean that the founders split 55%. So if we have founders, co-founders, they will come in and get a percentage of the 55%. The investors both get 15%, and then there's going to be a 15% that is included in the founder split. So even though on the chart it has employees at 15%, to keep incentives and to have a cushion for that, there's actually 30%, but 15% is in that founder's percentage of 55. And this just shows that there's going to be, we want to have the team available. We want to have people, giving them a sense of ownership in the company and giving them equity. I think will help retain employees. Next, we have the organizational chart. I'm going to zoom in here and start with the director. And then we have a finance manager, budget clerk, accounts payable. So they'll oversee those 3 divisions, and there may be 1 to 2 to 3 people in those positions once they grow. The same thing with a marketing manager. They'll have a marketing specialist, and they may have, to begin with, they may have 1 in the first year, and then they'll continue to grow and add as they need. Sales manager will have a sales specialist, another sales specialist, and maybe a sales coordinator to work through the departments. Human resources, we'll have a HR coordinator, HR specialist. We're going to have a technicians manager, tech coordinator, tech specialist, and robotics engineer. Then we'll have creative design manager and a creative design specialist. And then we'll have a pool construction engineer manager. We'll have someone that specializes in HVAC systems, pool contract engineer, crew leaders, a pool builder specialist, another pool builder specialist, and maybe this is to show that we'll have 2 crews, but we can expand on those crews. So that way we can plan out and build more pools at one time in different areas. Pool inspections manager will have an electrician. This may be contracted to begin with, and we'll just work and have an electrician come and test all the pools. But we wanted to integrate it and plan for it as a position as well. And then we'll have a pool inspection specialist, 2 of those. This way, again, we can cover more areas at one time, and they can come in as needed to help. Let's see if we can get this goal scanned back in. There we go. So that just gives you an overview of the organizational chart. For hiring A players, because you've seen the diversity in the different positions that we have, I haven't got to select key people that I want to bring in, but we'll have qualifications, detailed job descriptions. They'll be, classified and graded on their education and experience, confidentiality, handling personnel issues, working on designs of new pools. Those are things we've got to consider, and job duties. And when people go to people's houses, there's got to be a standard of confidentiality for reaching out to people and when they invite you into their homes. Job duties. Job duties is a little different than the description of the job, because this is like physical labor, what people can handle, what people can lift, can they get to and from work, do they have a valid driver's license. And we will be doing interviews for these A players, and I put versus recruitment because we may be having to get with a recruiting firm to get some of these people that are specialized, like in robotics engineering, and to get, say, a qualified CEO or CFO into the business. Then we have salaries. Now the salaries are based on a grading system. I use a grading scale. It's something that we've kind of used where I currently work. And these are estimates. They are low grades right now, but this gives them an opportunity to grow in the business. So let's zoom in here so you can get an idea. The director being a 15, most managers are at a 9, and then some of those other jobs are like at a 5 or a 7, depending on what they do. So you can see total salaries for the first year is a little over $700,000, and then it increases to $725,000 to budget for these positions if we're able to get them all filled. Again, this is hypothetical. I wanted to plan this all the way out instead of having one person wear one hat, where we took the hats off to different layers of things that could actually be done and make this a big company to cover more of the region. Next, we have the exit strategy. So I would like for it to be inherited by a family member or selling to a friendly buyer. There will be some guidelines in place. So we determine the portion of inheritance of the company. So they may start off with only, being integrated in as a founder or a co-founder, so they can see if this is really a good fit for them or not. And then we'll review and adjust the shares for the company at that time. With a family member friend, they must qualify to run and operate the business. So there's going to be some qualifications for them as well. So they have to have either experience in running a business, they have had to be a co-owner of our current business for, say X amount of years, a college graduate. If it's my kids, I want that, and they inherit this business. I want them to go through college. I want them to see if this is really a good fit for them or not. And they would need to have some additional training in leadership. And we'll have policies and procedures in place to help safeguard the company employees and financial assets as there is movement at the top levels of our business. And this is just provide security so when we're making those transitions, people don't just leave. There's going to be something to keep them, engaged, and the morale of the company, keep it going. We'll also set up a retirement plan for original owners and employees in advance. So if they do choose at that time to leave the company during the transition, if they think or they stay on and then they feel like it's not a good fit for them, they have that option to, if they've been there long enough, to retire at that time. Thank you. I know this is short and sweet, but it's just a brief overview of our entrepreneurial planning for the management team and personnel plan of the Tiki Hut Pool and Spa. Have a great day.